So thank you, Travis. So we're going to move on to the Q&A section now. So the first question is, in your own words, why do you think culture is important, and how has your culture shaped your upbringing?
I think culture is important because it defines who you are, and the way it shapes people's upbringing is differently. The way it shaped my upbringing is I actually didn't have as much exposure to Chinese culture as I would have liked, which is why I take the time to listen to Chinese music. I read Chinese classical novels. I'm taking Chinese right now in order to learn more.
The second question is, the cultural coordinator and the political coordinator usually work together for political cultural workshops. What do you believe is the difference between culture and politics?
I prepared for this one. Okay, so I think culture is a way for an ethnic group to express themselves creatively and also in kind of an artistic sense. But I think politics is a way for an ethnic group to express how they lead the whole ethnic group as a whole, and also how they present their positions on different world matters.
The next question is, as cultural coordinator, you are in charge of collaborating with neighboring organizations. What will you do if an organization fails to meet deadlines or is being stubborn about the rules you set for night market?
If they're late, then I'll just cut them from it, to be honest, because I don't want to take time away from other organizations to help them out, because this is something that I would be planning beforehand, like a few months beforehand, and they have that time to make preparations for it. And if they're late with deadlines, then I'll just cut them from it. But if they're stubborn about a certain rule, I'll try to compromise about it. I'll try to make a compromise with them about it so that they can really be part of the night market.
And then next question is, there has been some concern about APSA lacking its cultural aspect. This is problematic given it is a cultural organization. How would you try to resolve this issue?
Like I said in my speech, I want to host a cultural day, which is kind of like sports day, except it's about culture, you know? And so, like I also said, I want to coordinate with the heads of APSA dance and APSA music to learn about that, a certain API culture's traditional dance and music, and teach it to the GBMers.
And next question is, how do you plan on strengthening existing bonds or creating new bonds with numerous cultural organizations on campus?
I plan to, can you repeat that?
Yeah. How do you plan on strengthening existing bonds or creating new bonds with the numerous cultural organizations on campus?
Oh, so actually, Cultural Day could be part of that, because if it's about a certain API culture, I can reach out to to that API organization and have them come and teach me and the APSA music and dance heads about that culture, more about that culture. And they can also attend the Cultural Day, but communicating with them in order for me and the heads of APSA music and dance to learn more about that culture so that we can teach it to the GBMers.
And that concludes our Q&A section. So thank you.